for GWTV, for China Television at the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. Facebook is making some big news out of the UK market. The reports coming in today shows that Facebook UK pay very nice tax to the authorities there, but still report very good numbers as far as the third quarter is concerned. Let's unwrap Facebook UK's earnings and who gets what and what its numbers mean for this company. Juliana Olayinka, my colleague from our London studios, coming here, Juliana, face to face. Now, let's do this via Facebook. So how does it go? Drill down this earnings for us a little bit. A good year and a good one for this company.
Well, an absolutely amazing year for Facebook in the UK. Their chief executive of North Europe said that the UK is firmly one of their most important players when it comes to global innovation. And they have announced their results in the UK, and their profits are up £300 million, and that's to 1.3 billion. Now, the headlines that are coming out of the UK, even though they've paid the Treasury £27 million, is that that money is just not enough. Britain's Treasury want more from online giants like Facebook, like Amazon, just to put more back in the pot. I think they're still reeling after, in 2004, Facebook only paid them £4,000. So the British government have recently been musing over whether or not they're going to add a 2% levy into any company that makes over 300 million, £500 million, £500 million. And of course, Facebook is one of them. Facebook, of course, are really happy to do work in the UK, although they do pass through some of the tax cuts here because their main base is in Ireland. But it's a good day for Facebook. But those in the government think that Facebook should be paying much more than just £27 million of tax. Yes,
the more money you make, the government is waiting for you at the door. And that's the way it works in the corporate world. But again, it's been a very interesting week so far. But let's look at our intraday equities and currencies. It looks like the sterling, as we said in the morning, is still shining on trade talks and likely nice walk through Brexit on October the 31st. Bring us up to speed on that as well, Juliana.
Well, it's interesting, isn't it? Because usually in the UK, when sterling does well, the FTSE falls. But it seems as if, you know, they're all really glad it's Friday and it's good numbers in both markets. Let's have a look at those numbers then. The FTSE all-share is up 0.66%. The FTSE 100 at intraday is up 0.35%. And the FTSE 250 is up 2.55%. In currencies, great day for sterling today. The British pound is up on the US dollar by 0.93%, up on the euro by 0.64%, and up on the Japanese yen by a massive 1.25%.
Interesting. Let's just wrap it up on this very note and try to find out how this affects each one of you. The UK's largest travel insurance provider is warning that Brexit could affect those who come under the European health insurance cards. Well, what will it mean for you, Juliana, for example, whatever happens on October the 31st, how will it affect your insurance cards if you travel around Europe?
Well, if there's a no-deal Brexit, what it would mean for me and any other person who has a British passport and this European insurance health card is that if you're travelling outside of Spain, Portugal and Ireland, you will have to pay for your medical expenses or rely on travel insurance, which a lot of people in the UK still do. There is this European insurance card. It's there's a small charge for it online, but it basically means that any time you have an accident abroad within the European Union, you get free healthcare. And last year, British people used this to a tune of £150 million. So it's worth a lot of money. Now, the British government has spoken to the EU27 and they try to arrange a deal that come what may, whether or not there's a Brexit with a deal or not a deal, that this insurance scheme would still be permitted until the end of 2020, December the 31st. But only 3 countries have come back. So, you know, you've got a lot of watchdogs, travel insurers saying that Brits travelling abroad after the 31st of October must be very careful and should apply for travel insurance. So messy Brexit continues, Bosun.
Messy Brexit. Let's just put all of that behind us, have a nice weekend, and then come back on Monday. I'll see how we go from here. Thank you so much, Juliana. It's good to have you on the show this week. Okay, let's join them for dinner in Asia, where stock markets were higher on Friday. investors cheering positive developments on the U.S.-China trade front. At least Mr. President Donald Trump tweeted that he was happy with the soundbites coming out of those meetings. Mainland Chinese stocks rose on the day. Shanghai Composite up about 0.8%. The Shenzhen Composite also rose 0.3%. In Hong Kong, the Hang Seng was jumped 2.32% as of its final hour of trading. The shares of Sinopec surging 4.52% as the Chinese oil company. In Japan, the Nikkei 225 rose 1.15% on Friday. The Topix index added 0.88%. And in South Korea, the Kospi advanced almost 1% to end trading day 2044. The Australian ASX 200 closed nearly 1% as well at 6606. Let's say good morning to folks in the U.S., where the stocks futures were solidly higher early today after President Donald Trump made positive remarks on the U.S.-China trade talks. Around 5:25 a.m. Eastern Time, the Dow futures indicated a positive reading of about 270 points. Very solid there. Futures on the S&P and the NASDAQ were also higher. President Trump told reporters on Thursday that talks between the two countries, that is America and China, were going, quote-unquote, really well. His comments came after he tweeted that he would meet with Chinese Vice Premier Liu He at the White House on Friday. On the data front, import prices for September will be released about 8:30 this morning, East Coast there in the U.S. Keep your eye on that. Keep your eye with the show. We'll be right back in 2.